Alrighty guys, so we are back. Today is going to be a daily energy read for 9:15. And just the first card I'm seeing is Take Charge in Action. And with that, I did knock a whole entire deck over, which is fine. I've just decided I'm going to do one. I'm going to use one. And an intuitive hit, this message is around miracles and just the fact that before you can open up your heart, your mind, your body, your soul to receive a miracle, there is, I want to say an inkling, or whoa, there is this phase where if you're, whoa, there's this phase where if you aren't able to see yourself as a miracle, because in this day and age, it's a miracle to be alive. We have chemical warfare, we have spiritual warfare, we have environmental warfare, a lot of things. So we have friendship and union, do the work, and around miracles, like I was saying, if you don't see yourself as a miracle, then it's not necessarily going to be able to transpire or unfold in your life. And the same thing goes with friendship and union, which goes back to our message from 9:14, where if you are not in union with self, then it's almost impossible to really be in union with anyone else. And we have clear, cancel, and release. So with do the work, it is a call to action with angelic protection being here. So just clear your energy field. And why we're clearing our field is to really hone in on this joy and contentment. And we have ask and receive. So if you're a part of this specific collective, I know you probably have been just on lookout for those miracles, so to speak. But as we get into this new energy, this new month coming up in October, you're going to need to allow yourself to be vulnerable and free in the way that you express yourself, which again will open you up to miracles. And when you express yourself, I know it's easy to think like when you communicate with others, the things that you're saying to them, but no, how are you communicating with yourself? Are you taking time to listen to what your body needs? Are you feeding your mind? Are you feeding your soul? What is it that you're offering yourself that you would offer to other people? And in hindsight, what are you not offering yourself, or what are you offering yourself that you wouldn't offer to other people? And this is about the second time that this headphone did fall out, and I do want to give a big shout out to Miss Teeny for recognizing that I did get a little clearer with my audio. I will go ahead and double check this message, but whoever, whatever, not really here for the energy, doesn't want this message out for whatever reason, I'm not going to cut it short. I'm just going to talk until the timer is all the way done. However, getting back to this friendship and union energy, so this is actually going to be one of my longer messages. But what I was saying in the previous video is, are you offering yourself things that you would not offer to other people? What is that internal dialogue looking like right now? If you are saying things, or you are affirming subconsciously, even consciously, things to yourself that you wouldn't say to other people, this is a time to clean it up. And even with all the discrepancies or the little interferences today, I am taking note of what that energy means to me. And with that, I will be fine-tuning and just reframing how I see a lot of the things that I'm presenting to my collective. And I do have surrender here. But moving back to the energy with ask and receive coming back out again, is what have you asked for that you are now being resistant to? A lot of the time we feel like our prayers aren't being answered, we're not being heard, when actually the opportunity for change is presented to us at almost every second of the day with strength and guidance, and we forfeit it. And that is not anything to be, I wouldn't say ashamed of, but that's nothing to beat yourself up about. But we do have cut the cords. So when we see cut the cords in this context, it's more so geared towards the fact that you do not have to accept that reality. I tell people a lot of the times, everything is a choice. Okay, you did that, that was a choice. You responded like that, that was a choice. So choose to move on from the energy where you are asking for things, but you are not necessarily in a headspace, a mind space, or a heart space to receive them. And we have holy love here. Cut the cords. So anything that is keeping you stagnant, or anything that has you feeling like you are just naturally delayed, now is your time and opportunity to change. But don't forget to give gratitude and to be thankful for the energy that you are moving out of, and I wanted to say cocoon, and we have cut the cords. So actually, the message is actually very extremely clear to me as for what it means for me. But yeah, this week is going to be very, very intense as far as it comes to cutting the cords, because with this card here, if you can see, sacred plant, a lot of the time the things that we're resisting, it boils down to us talking ourselves out of it. Naturally, we know, like, hey, this person didn't mean us well, and then you sit there and you talk yourself down from something that your brain, your mind, your heart already feels. What good is that? So whoa, 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 whoa. So yeah, expect miracles. And intuitively, that was the energy that I was picking up, just about miracles. And I think it's I don't know where I heard this younger, but it's like, I believe in miracles. A lot of us think that we do believe in miracles, myself included, but how are we blocking those miracles? How are we in our own way? And a lot of the times, like I said, these things that we do, they're self-imposed. And a lot of the times where it's easier to say, oh, someone is projecting or they're sending this kind of energy to me, make sure you're checking in with yourself to see, how are you contributing to your own